The power of risk and resilience. Do you want to know the one thing that separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for less? It's this: taking risks. The truth is, nothing extraordinary ever happens in the comfort zone. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." And he was absolutely right. At every stage of life, whether you're choosing your career, applying to college, or simply making everyday decisions, there's a chorus of voices urging you to play it safe. But here's the question: why fall back when you can fall forward? Embrace the fear of failure. Let's address the elephant in the room: fear of failure. Failure isn't just likely, it's inevitable. You will lose, stumble, and feel embarrassed at some point. But failure isn't the end of the road, it's part of the process. Think about this. Reggie Jackson, a baseball legend, struck out more than 2,600 times, the most in the history of the game. But no one remembers his failures. They remember the home runs. Or take Thomas Edison, who conducted 1,000 failed experiments before inventing the light bulb. Each failure brought him one step closer to success. The question isn't whether you'll fail. The question is whether you'll have the courage to rise again. My journey. From rejection to redemption. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical. I thought it was perfect for me, except for one tiny problem: I couldn't sing. Unsurprisingly, I didn't get the role. I walked out of that audition with no job and no fallback plan, but I didn't quit. I prepared for the next audition, then the next, and the next. Fast forward 30 years, I stood on the stage of that very same theater, starring in the Broadway production of Fences. The lesson? Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about showing up again and again until you get your chance. Think outside the box. Here's a little brain teaser. There's an old IQ test where you're asked to connect 9 dots with just 5 lines. The only way to solve it? You have to think outside the box. Life is no different. To achieve something extraordinary, you must push boundaries. Don't limit yourself to what's comfortable or conventional. Dream big and take chances. What will you do with what you have? Every one of us has something unique to offer. Some have money. Others have kindness, patience, or creativity. Whatever your gift, the real question is, what will you do with what you have? Imagine this. It's the end of your life, and you're lying on your deathbed. Around you are the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential, the ideas you never acted on, the talents you never explored. They look at you and say, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life. Now we must die with you." Don't let that be your story. The day my path changed. I wasn't always sure what I wanted to do. When I started college, I thought I'd become a doctor. That dream ended abruptly when I failed a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't even pronounce the name, let alone pass the class. So I switched to pre-law, then to journalism. My grades didn't improve. Eventually, I hit rock bottom with a 1.8 GPA. One day, while helping my mom at her beauty shop, an elderly woman looked at me through the mirror and said, "Young man, I have a prophecy. You're going to travel the world and speak to millions." I didn't believe her at the time, but that moment stayed with me. Years later, I've traveled the world and spoken to millions, not as myself, but through the characters I've portrayed. And as I stand here today, I see you. I see the potential in every single one of you. The courage to fail. Taking risks isn't about recklessness. It's about having faith in your ability to learn and adapt. The chances you take, the people you meet, the love you share, these are the things that will define your life. Remember this: to get something you've never had, you must do something you've never done. When you take that leap, you might stumble. But when you fall forward. Learn from your failures. Let them teach you, not defeat you. Your legacy starts. Now the world needs your talents, your courage, and your passion. There are places across the globe and even in your own community that need what only you can offer. As you step into this next chapter of your life, ask yourself, what mark do I want to leave on the world? The path ahead won't always be easy. But remember, the most meaningful journeys are rarely smooth. Take risks, fail forward, and above all, give it everything you've got. Because when the time comes and your story is written, let it be one of courage, resilience, and impact. Let it be a story worth telling.